Greetings, YouTube. I recently saw a news report online about a guy that had been stopped before he was able to execute a plan to murder a lot of women. Oh, by the way, I apologize for the divine light behind me. It just appears to be the time of the year that it is. Um, so his idea was he really doesn't like women. He's angry. I believe this is a they won't date me, so all women must be in a conspiracy because they won't date such a nice guy as like me kind of a school of thought. It never seems to occur to these guys that when every woman you know won't date you, maybe the problem is you. That never seems to occur to them because they have been uh, radicalized by social conservatives online to be convinced that every woman should of course want to date them, and if they don't, it must be some form of conspiracy that every man is due um, female attention, regardless of how reprehensible they are as a person. So this guy decided that the logical conclusion to this problem he has, which was I can almost guarantee you 100% generated by himself, uh, was to go and murder a lot of women. As many as he could. That was his goal, to kill as many women as he could possibly kill. And obviously, I'm really glad he was stopped. But if you take this plan to its logical conclusion and say he was able to actually commit this atrocity against humanity, um, what's the end game? What does he think was going to happen if he was able to pull off this morally bankrupt master plan of his? Um, because he's white, he would almost guarantee have been captured alive, because cops enjoy capturing white people alive, even though they will execute black people for holding cell phones. Um, uh, but white people are almost always captured alive, and in America, almost all mass shooters are white men. Um, and again, they're able to capture them alive for some reason. So say he commits his morally bankrupt, atrocious attack against humanity, and he murders a bunch of white women. Actually, I said a bunch of women. I have no idea if he's going to murder white women or not. That'd be intriguing. Was he also a racist? Because if you're in that kind of school of thought, maybe you are. Who knows? So he murders a bunch of women. He's captured by the police, and he then spends the rest of his life in jail. Is he aware that there are only men in prison, and that his future dating pool would be just men? Now, I'm not cracking a rape joke here, but if you're in prison and you want sexual contact with another person, that other person's going to be a dude, and there isn't any way around that one. The sad reality, though, is because he's a guy in his 20s, there is the very real possibility that he will be raped, because he's going to prison anyway right now for having planned this. So that's his future. But he had to understand that was where he would end up. There isn't any way around that one. You kill a bunch of people, you go to prison. And that's where you live forever. So what was his end goal? Was that what he wanted? Was that to be protected from the evil, misandrous matriarchy out there in the real world, where he was convinced that the women of the planet were all conspiring against him to make sure that he never ever got laid? He would just like to be isolated from them and safe? Well, he could have, just taken up Warhammer 40,000K and done that. But no, he decided that he was going to murder a bunch of women because they wouldn't date him. I really hope someone can explain this to me, because it makes no sense to me. The misogyny part, the I am due with female attention just because I'm a guy doesn't make any sense to me, and the there is a goal to my actions doesn't make any sense to me. So if somebody can explain that to me, I'd really appreciate it. That would be just keen.